Hey ladies, good morning. Just getting set up here. Come on in. I hope you're doing well today. Okay, just sending some invitations out. Okay, so let me know if you can hear me when you join. Got my new mic and all that set up in my new office and my fall wardrobe. So I hope you're all enjoying the fall weather. It's very dreary and rainy here, but at least it's cooler, so that's nice. And I'm planning, hi Halia. I hope I said that right. I always say it wrong. I think I got it that time. So yes, I'm planning my weekend in Chicago coming up. So excited. It is not only my first anniversary, my first wedding anniversary. Oh yeah, thank you. She says you look so cute. Thank you. So it's my first wedding anniversary coming up. So lots of reminiscing about this time last year and this time 2 years ago. If you're on my Facebook, if you're a Facebook friend, you've seen my posts. So yeah, good to be here. I'm Leila Thomasone, love stylist and relationship mentor, and I wanted to talk today about the stages of our evolution, how we view our problems. And so I hope this is useful to you. I'm going to talk about kind of how my evolution, how I've been looking at my problems and how that's changed, as well as my clients and how they evolve from sort of the basic babe to the self-aware Barbie, and what that looks like and how you can make that shift in your mindset. So like I said, I'm going to Chicago this weekend, my first anniversary. Yay! Married to my soulmate, the love of my life. Hi, Derek, in case he gets to see this. So excited about that. He's been out of town. And then I'm also going to be doing some intensives, some in-person intensives while I'm there. So I'm getting ready for that. Lots of juicy surprises, great stuff planned. So yes, so looking at your problems, and so going back to sort of my my evolution and transformation from, I guess, like the basic babe stage to the self-aware Barbie, to from where I saw myself as a victim and all my problems were like consuming my life. Sorry, just checking my hair. And I knew that I needed to evolve out of that victim status, that perpetual victimhood situation. I could see that long before it, like, things clicked over time. There in problems differently. And so one thing that I did during that transition and that transformation was I started getting out more. I was going to therapy. I changed my look. I was losing weight, getting in shape, really taking control of my life. But you know, sometimes you just have problems that follow you around. It's like you can change most everything in your life and get control of most everything in your life, and there's still these things that you just can't control, right? And they're just there and hanging out. And what I noticed was the difference between the basic babe status to the self-aware Barbie was that I would see having problems as a setback, as a roadblock, that I wouldn't be able to keep moving forward towards my dreams and doing all these things. I'm like, oh yes, I'm getting in shape, I'm doing all these, you know, wonderful things for myself, progressing, you know, making more money or manifesting the, you know, dates and the man I'm looking for. And when problems would come up, I would see that as a setback, as a backslide into my former state, if you know what I mean. So in my former life as a victim, I I would make progress, and then I would see problems as a setback and bringing me back to where I had come from, right? Is that making sense so far? So that was the sort of how I used to look at having problems, right? And roadblocks and setbacks and things would come up. And so at that time, I was getting out of the house because I've worked from home for a long time, and it wasn't doing me any favors to not have to change out of my pajamas and not have to see other people all day long. So I went to work at a co-working space where I could be around coworkers, even though I didn't work with them, but they were working and I was working, and we could go to the coffee pot and in and out, you know, down the street together, things like that. You know, people taking phone calls and walking around, and there would be little get-togethers in the space, that kind of thing. So when I moved into that co-working space, there was a cute little startup company next to me, and I just loved their vibe. They were so positive and boisterous and energetic, and it was mostly because of their CEO. And so, you know, I just noticed how he was always treating people to coffee. He just seemed to always have encouraging words for his employees. He always knew the best way to make them feel better and get them feeling productive and happy to be at work, right? So these are really positive things. And I was like, wow, this guy's great. You know, I mean, it's not about him, but it's about this positive energy that I was really happy to be around and learn how to do it, right? So I'm like trying to absorb it. And so as I worked there and talked to him and just got to know like his employees and, you know, about the company a little bit, I learned more about him, that there were really a lot of problems going on in his life. He had custody issues with his ex-wife and his son in another state. He had to travel a lot. He had to take care of relatives that were always asking him for money. And he had rheumatoid arthritis. And so you might know that that's a very difficult disease, and it's debilitating when you don't have it under control. But you would look at this guy and think he has no problems. You would think he's got it all under control. And so that really told me that finally dawned on me, and I became aware that successful people don't have a lack of problems in their life. They don't have no problems and a gap where they can just get everything done because there's no problems in it. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's not the case. That's what I had thought when I was in that basic Barbie or basic babe stage, that, oh, if these problems would just go away, I could do so much, I could be so successful. But meeting and being around successful people slowly revealed and occurred to me, wait a minute, they don't not have problems. They just have a better way of dealing with it and a better way of looking at it. Like I said, the way I used to look at it was, this problem is preventing me from moving forward, but they wouldn't look at it that way. They would look at it as just a thing that they have to handle, just like all the other things in their life, their employees, their children, their spouse, their friends. It's just another thing to be handled, right? So this is what was so valuable to me to realize, was when you move up in your success and your evolution, your problems don't go away. You just deal with them better. You just handle them better. If this is anybody, tell me if this is making sense. Tell me if this is, you know, speaking to you. So the thing that I thought was really interesting and sort of like the next step was to, okay, all right, so I have problems. That doesn't mean that I'm back to where I came from and I haven't made any progress. It just means I need to focus on the positive and continue that forward moving energy. And right, so I'm going through that stage, and I'm thinking, focus on the positive, focus on what's going right, talk to people about what's good, and then you have more of this positive energy in your life. And I think, and then another interesting thing that was happening was that I was sort of showing off my success, or people would see me and they're like, oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight, how did you do it? You look so great, you know, just asking me questions. And they would, if they were in the basic babe sort of victim status, they would look at my life and my positivity and the changes I had made and assume that I didn't have the problems that they had. They would make that assumption that I was making previously, that, oh, if you're doing well in life and you're successful and you're up leveling and taking care of your self-development and everything, looking good, that sort of thing, then that means you don't have any problems. And so that's sort of a sensitive space to be in as like a newly developed self-aware person, is, oh no, they think I don't have any problems, and is this a bad thing? Should I hide the fact that I have problems? Should I advertise it more because they need to know that I didn't have it easy? You see what I'm saying? So so that's one thing I wanted to talk about is, if you're at that self-aware Barbie stage, don't think that you need to kind of lower yourself or go back down in your evolution in order to prove that you don't have it easy. It's okay to be successful. It's okay to celebrate your achievements and your successes. And the people that look at you and assume you have no problems, that's their business, okay? That's their mindset of, I'm a victim and I have problems holding me back. Hi, Whitney. So is that making sense to you? So that was kind of, I wanted to talk about that mindset shift and how that happened. And what I see in my clients is the same kind of thing, that that they're progressing and they're doing well and things are moving forward for them, and then they have a problem and they see it as a setback holding them in sort of their previous evolution stage, and they're not seeing the progress because the mindset of the successful person is, I have problems, things come up and I deal with them. It doesn't mean that I've slid back, if you see what I'm saying. Okay, does that make sense? So that was one of the things, so that's what I wanted to talk about, how to move forward despite your problems. How successful people look at problems is just another thing to be handled, and it doesn't indicate that you're not evolved or that you're not successful. It's just another thing to handle. Rose says, yes. Oh, great. Good. So yeah, as you're going through your evolution and you're becoming aware and you're shedding that victimhood and you're moving forward to achieve things in your life, don't feel like just something coming up means that you're not being successful, or that you're not you know, taking care of business like you thought that you were, because that's the mindset shift that will actually pull you backwards, is if you let it defeat you and you let it hold you back for a long time. It's that recovery that indicates success, and the quicker that you can recover and the quicker that you can pop back up and be like, oh, wait a minute, I have bigger goals here. I have manifesting to do, and I'm not going to get stuck in that previous mindset, if that makes sense. So yes, so exciting working with my clients, seeing them going through these shifts and self-awareness and changing their mindset. And so I'm happy to hop on a connection call with anybody that wants to talk about any of these subjects or anything that's happening for you. If you're not sure whether your problems are normal, totally happy to talk about that, because I know how that is. And yeah, just excited to see my clients moving forward and having so much success. So, and keep an eye out. I'll post some pictures of my in-person intensives and how those go. So lots of juicy surprises coming up there. Okay, so the link to schedule, if you want to chat, is in the comments now. So thank you so much for joining me, ladies. It was great to see you. I hope you're enjoying the fall weather and making your plans for the end of this year and coming up the beginning of next year. So much to do, so much wonderful things happening and manifesting and attracting towards you, especially if you're dating. Like I said, I'm a love stylist and relationship mentor. If you're dating, if you're soon to be married, if you're married, I would love to chat and have a conversation and see what's going on for you. So I hope you all have a lovely, wonderful day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.